Hey everybody, welcome to our Game of Thrones recap show. This is Season 7, Episode 5, Eastwatch. I'm, of course, John Campea. I'm joined by...
Hey guys, Coach K. Hey.
And over here...
And Campea.
And we are here to talk about the newest episode. We just finished watching it, probably like most of you guys, depending on where in the country you are. I think it's fair to say, for the most part, this was one of those, and you need these once in a while, this is one of those setup episodes. Mm-hmm. But, oh my God, I thought it was a terrific setup episode. They did so many cool things in here. Gendry makes his big return. Jorah gets to have his reunion with Dany. We see Dany more and more becoming an insufferable dick. We see, it was great. We got to see Jaime and Tyrion have their kind of reunion. It was great. And you get to see in that scene that, although I'm getting ahead of myself, but that in that scene, Tyrion is still, it breaks his heart that his own father hated him. There's still a lot of pain and all that kind of stuff. We get to see glimpses of the walkers, he's using his warg power and using the ravens to see them. We got a glimpse of the Night King again. A lot of stuff for what is still at its core a set up episode. So anyway, Anne, let's start with you. What were some of the big highlights for you of tonight's episode?
Well, absolutely that Drogon, is it? The big dragon?
Yeah.
Survived. Yeah. Clearly he survived.
And was not nearly as badly hurt as I thought he was. Because, he flew her home.
Yeah.
I loved all the scenes with any dragons. Like, they just look amazing now. I think before we never got that close of a look at any of them. And in this episode, you just got so much dragon. I love that. Okay, so you say that... Dany is a dick. Yep,
total dick.
I don't mind it because you know what? It's proven to me that she has to be fierce and she has to take this like form of aggression in order to progress. Because in the first few episodes, she wasn't doing anything. And so in order to be a contender in this fight, I'm backing that she has to do what she has to do. And the fact that she had to burn the Tarleys because they didn't want to bend the knee. I'm okay with that too.
But here's where I get worried about that. It's that all along the way, everybody's big justification for her, and I agreed with it completely, is that like the Unsullied aren't following her because she forced them to. It's because she inspired them to. Right. The Dothraki chose to follow her. And what we see her now doing is she's becoming more and more like Cersei. Like in that scene, what really worried me about that is like, oh, now do what I tell you or die. Oh, you're not? Okay, I'm going to make an example and kill these people. That's something the villain in a story does. Like that move, what she did, oh, you're not going to do what I tell you. That's Darth Vader shit right there.
But she's giving them a choice. And they chose.
Oh, sure. But the choice is
how
completely do what I tell you to do, or I'm going to murder you. With your son. But how's that different from Darth Vader? How's that different from any other villain in the thing where they say, do what I tell you to do, and if not, I kill you. And now we see like the Lannister army, instead of inspiring people to follow her and doing all that kind of stuff, now she's going to rule through fear. And we see that Tyrion realizes this. Mm-hmm. And, what's the eunuch's name again? Varys?
Yeah.
He sees it because he saw it in her father. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh my gosh. And then, I don't know, it concerns me. It really concerns me.
Little red flags there.
I mean,
lots of red flags.
I've always thought
pineapples.
I think in the past couple seasons she's been a dick and almost unbearable, but this episode I saw a lot of heart in her, especially every moment with Jon Snow. I mean, I think she
was right at getting turned on. I think she was right at getting turned on.
Yeah. For Jon, he's still stuck on Ygritte though. I don't know that his heart will ever go to anybody else, but she's definitely interested.
He does not even know. He does not see the red signals, nothing.
I was like, if Cersei and Jaime can do it, and they're brother and sister, I mean, we're aunt and uncle, or aunt and nephew. I mean, no big deal. It's all cool. But that scene where the dragon approaches Jon and he reaches out his hand and the dragon was pacified by Jon. It's like, okay, there's more and more. They're just setting up flags that he's a Targaryen.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, really by blood. So that was really cool. And you could see that completely startled her too at the same time. So that was pretty cool.
Do you think she's confusing the love for like the potential bond of being familial, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like almost like a Twilight type thing where...
No, I think she's also in her head that she's the last remaining Targaryen, that she has no inkling that he's related to her.
Right. But remember too, I think it was either the season finale or the second last episode of last season, where Tyrion has this conversation with her and she realizes... Like when she's got to send her boy toy away, Dario away. And basically, like, Tyrion convinces her, like, to be a queen, you got to play the game. That means you got to marry into something. I mean, I'm wondering if she's sitting there on that dragon thinking, oh, here's this king of the north.
Yeah.
My puppy likes him. So maybe this can be the way I accumulate power here.
If he bends the knee.
If he bends the knee. But I think, I mentioned this to you guys when I was watching the show. I think, like, the fact when she's like, I've not given you permission to leave. And he's like, all due respect, I don't need your permission. I'm a king.
Yeah.
And I think she kind of liked that. I think she, because he's really, I know you mentioned Dario, but he's the first guy who's ever been in this show, once we get past the death of her brother, that does not put up with her. Yeah. He's like, okay, look, you're great and everything, but what you say does not mean anything to me. I'm going to do my own thing. So you do your thing. And I think she's kind of digging it.
Yeah.
A little nephew. Yeah. I don't know. What are some of the other things that stood out to you for the show?
I obviously we're getting a glimpse of the White Walkers and their approach. I mean, it's the Night King's coming. Slow burn, but I know when we get there in the next few episodes, it's going to be like, oh man, I wish I didn't come so fast, you know?
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
So when we saw that in the preview for next week too, that we're going to get a hell of a lot of White Walkers. Yeah. I mean, we're going to get into the teeth of it. So that's going to be one of the big things. What are some of the things that stood out to you about today's episode?
I just think overall they're setting up so much, especially with the twins and how Cersei's pregnant now.
Oh, yeah.
What's going to happen there?
That caught me off guard. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming.
And do you guys believe that it really is Jaime's?
Well, here's the question. Or do we even believe that she's pregnant and she's just using that to keep him loyal and to keep him motivated to fight for the family and all this stuff, and saying to him, oh, I'm going to tell the world that you're the father, because you could tell when she said that, that's exactly what he wanted to hear.
Yeah, he was so overjoyed.
I can't help but wonder if you hear heavy panting and breathing, it's Waka, the dog is down here. You can tell she was telling him exactly what he wanted to hear, and he was lapping it up. I mean, he was eating it up. So
yeah, there's that, and obviously the big Gendry return.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looking with his badass sledgehammer or whatever that thing was.
Yeah, it's like a Mjolnir on steroids or something like that. You know, it's funny. It was just a couple months ago before this season started. I remember thinking, you know, there is one out of all the people running around Game of Thrones just saying, I am the rightful heir to the Iron Throne. No, I am the rightful heir. There's actually only one real rightful heir to the Iron Throne, and that's Gendry.
Right.
He, legitimately, he's the only surviving son. Well, actually, as it turns out, he was the only real son of Robert Baratheon, the king. And so, really, everything that I know everybody else is talking about, everything Cersei wants to say, everything Dany wants to say, that's all great, but that's the real king. And I remember thinking a couple of months ago, they kind of just brushed that under the rug. It's like, he's just kind of gone. The whole crux of what got Ned Stark in his investigation in the first season, blah, 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 they just kind of swept it away. Turns out they weren't. They were just waiting for it till now.
And the two bastards getting together, talking about their father.
Their dads,
What a delightful moment that was.
Yes. It's like all of these people are kind of paying for what their parents
what
have
their
done.
Parents did, yeah.
All these people that have met up. I mean, the people that are going to go after the White Walkers are a Stark, a Marmont, a Hound, Baratheon, a Hound. Like, so all of these houses that have to play well together.
They're kind of representative that they're all getting together and going to do that, which is pretty awesome. That whole stuff was going great. It was good to see the Hound back, as we were. I think we were talking last week. He's like, "Where's the Hound been?" I mean, so the Hound's back. He's like, "Who cares about this? Are we coming or not?" I love that. But speaking of that scene about the two bastards talking, it just reminded me that more and more Tyrion will always be my favorite character in the show, but Sir Davros is becoming my number two favorite character. He's been great since day one. I mean, really. And I remember thinking, I want to see more of this guy when the witch and Baratheon murdered his own daughter. And thinking, when Davros finds out about this, there's going to be hell to pay. And I just remember I became really fascinated with the character at that point and right through today. And of course, everybody's talking about from the last episode about, this is Cersei, or not Cersei, I'm sorry. This is Daenerys. She's this, she's just this. This is Jon Snow.
King of the North.
Awkward pause. King of the North.
All you need to know is Jon Snow.
Which is great. I love Davros. He's so cool. What are some of the other big moments in the show? Well, let's talk about the Because I remember when Arya snuck into Littlefinger's room, I said out loud, this is a setup.
And I was hoping you weren't right.
I was hoping you were
This
wrong.
is a trap. It's Littlefinger. And he's playing her.
I know.
I really hope that at some point the two sisters get together and take Littlefinger down, because right now he's separating them.
Oh, absolutely.
And
that's his plan.
The scene with Sansa just kind of being ice cold towards Arya made me a little sad, you know?
True, but Arya was speaking truth.
She was, yeah.
And I love when she said, I like the one thing she said to Sansa too, when she said, you're thinking it. You don't want to be thinking it, but you're thinking it. And I think that struck her really hard. I think the thing's got to happen. John's got to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, John's got to come back.
Yeah,
and I don't know if it's him that's going to kill, if it's John's going to kill Littlefinger, or if Arya's going to kill Littlefinger, or if, who's the giant, Brienne of Tarth?
Brienne.
If Brienne's going to end up killing him.
I miss her.
Somebody asked me, how do you think Littlefinger's going to die? I remember saying, I don't think we should assume Littlefinger's going to die. I'm starting to think he got to die.
You think so?
I'm thinking, you know what? I used to love that character, but I remember deep down I was thinking, I hope his motives really are pure. No. And I really hope he ends up being, he's just a really sneaky good guy. But at the heart of it, he just really does want what's, he's just filthy. He's just a bastard.
If he was an angel at heart. Like, like a Snape.
I'd be shocked. Yeah.
I trust that he loved, Kellen, and I trust that he loves Sansa. I do. I trust that he does love her, but I think he loves himself more. Yeah. And I think he loves his ambitions more. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that all plays into it as well. How about the cliffhanger?
Which cliffhanger? I was going to say another positive for me was...
what's that?
Sam finally leaving the Citadel.
Oh, yeah. Like him just getting... He's manning up. He's getting more and more of a spine. It's like, look, you are being ridiculous. They're like the death of all humanity is coming.
And not listening.
And you're not listening.
He's like wiser than the Maesters in there.
He basically said the plan that should have been executed in order for everyone to believe that White Walkers existed. Or exist. And they were just like, meh, no.
And how about the one passage that his girlfriend found about...
Yeah, Prince Rhaegar annulment. That whole part was like just a fan theory, and now it's like,
it's like, what's going on?
Why did they address that more? I wanted to see more of that. And I'm sure it's going to be addressed later on. Yeah. I want the moment that Bran tells Jon his heritage to happen.
He's got to get through. I'm starting to wonder if he's going to get back to Winterfell before the end of the season, because we only have, dear heavens, we've only got 2 episodes left. 2 episodes left. So I'm wondering it's got to happen soon. So, but one of the things we see in this episode too is what has been a complaint from a lot of people, but I see it as a storytelling necessity, is teleportation in Westeros, because they did a lot of that. It's like, because in season 1, 2, and 3, when these journeys would start, it's like 4 episodes later, so-and-so arrives to X and X place. Now it's just like, okay, I'm going to go to the wall, come back for commercial break. I'm at the wall. Yeah. Okay, I need to go see Jaime. 5 seconds later, he's landing at King's Landing. He's there talking to them. So, I mean, they're doing that more and more, but there are 8 episodes left of the entire series. They have to move things along. Yeah. So I understand it's very odd considering before they used to like travel, all that kind of stuff, took episodes and took time, but we are in a place now where story-wise, we need them to take advantage of this. We need them to take some liberties with travel time and just make things happen a little quicker. And I'm fine. I'm totally fine with it. It works. Yes. Yeah. So if it was Ray Donovan, he would get in his car and we'd be there. So let's just assume that. And everything's good and everything's fine. Anything not sit well with you guys about this? Oh, one other thing. The reunion again between Jorah and Dany was so sweet and so heartfelt. And for the first time, I think Jorah's unrequited affections may not be all that unrequited.
You mean not like...
It's reciprocated.
I'm wondering if she's... I couldn't help but feel and watch. It's like, I think she's realizing she's got some feelings for him.
No
I'm telling you, I think
As a woman, I don't think so.
John's taking Jorah out the friend zone.
Friend zone usually
on the border.
There.
I'm wondering if he is moving out of the friend zone.
The lack of grayscale don't help. I don't
know.
There are these awkward looks that were had between the trio, right? Jorah looking at Jon kind of looking back at both of them, and it was just a little weird, like a little too much, like on camera for them to like glance at each other.
think she really missed him.
I don't know. The way I just think she needs to stop leading her brother on. That's what I think. Because he has been down this path already. Like with Dario, and now there's Jon Snow. And I think he came back totally cool with his place in the friend zone. I think he came back, and then all of a sudden she's glowing and hugging him. And it's like, oh, she's got to stop leading this dude on. Let him move on. I don't know. Maybe they end up together. He's been like totally faithful and loyal to her. And...
You never know. I'd be shocked, but...
Okay, some things that maybe didn't work in the episode. Did anything jump out to you guys? I'll be honest with you. I'm coming up blank.
I know.
I got nothing I didn't... Like, this is the one thing I'll say about this season so far, is that going into this season, I am a fan of Game of Thrones. Not a hyper fan, not a super fan, not a fanatic, but a fan of the show. I like the show and all that kind of stuff. I have become a radical fan of this season. I think this season has been lights out fantastic. The way they're using their storytelling, the way they're using the characters, the way they're calling back to old story threads to bring them to the present, to show their relevance has been great. And like I said, today's episode was a setup episode for sure, but it was a great setup episode for the next two episodes. And traditionally, I mean, you can make an argument maybe last year, not so much, but the second last episode of the seasons has always been the big episode.
Oh my God, and we're already there.
We're there already, which is like kind of crazy to think about.
I think about the music that's going to play. It's going to be beautiful. I just know it.
The beautiful music. Any other thoughts?
I think just a few questions. Like I'm playing this game in my head about like who's going to survive.
Yeah.
So like Bronn obviously is in trouble because he set up that meeting between Tyrion and Jaime. So
Jaime won't betray him.
What's Cersei gonna try to make Jaime do? I don't know. I know Jaime was like
what I wanted Jaime to say is like, he just saved my life.
Right, I know.
The only reason I'm here is because he dove in front of a dragon to save me. So the fact that he set up a meeting is not a big betrayal.
Yeah. Do you guys ever think Cersei and Daenerys are gonna meet face to face?
Yes, it has to happen.
It's gonna be crazy.
I don't know if it'll happen this season, but at some point it's got to happen, right? Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that will do it for our review of Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 5, Eastwatch. And we know the shit is going down next week. We saw the preview. A lot of fighting of the White Walkers. How are they going to get their hands on just one and bring them back? Don't know. But it would have been nice maybe if Dany sent a dragon with them.
I know.
Like just to get there fast and come back fast.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, because, teleportation. So it's all good. Anyway, Kaori, where can people find you online?
Well, you can find me at KAORIOUS on all social media outlets.
And?
You can find me at Campea.
And you can simply follow me on Facebook and on Twitter, just at John Campea. Guys, while you're here, take a second, click the subscribe button, become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. That'll do it for us, guys. And until next time, bye-bye.